Good afternoon, and welcome to the Windsor Star's Net News at noon. Police in Leamington continue to investigate the deaths yesterday of a couple on a quiet street. They were scheduled to update the media earlier today at 11 a.m. They have not confirmed that it's been a murder-suicide, nor have they released the names of the victims, but it was a bloody scene. We have photos and we have video online. And as soon as we can post this information, the updates, we're going to get it to you. Make sure you check back on the website throughout the day. Things are going from bad to worse for Toyota. Already 4.5 million vehicles have been recalled, and they admitted today to some problems with the brake system on the Prius. And get this, for those of you who follow the stock market, the automaker has spent about $2 billion so far on the recall, and shareholder value, it's plunged 20%, which equates to about $30 billion. So definitely some impacts there. And the ever-wily Stephen Harper, folks, has set a bit of a trap for the opposition parties. They have just been berating him for the decision to prorogue Parliament. There were protests across the country. Well, what Harper's done now is says, okay, I'm going to call your bluff. Let's sit in Parliament during spring break and in April. So the opposition now is either going to have to agree to that or look a little bit hypocritical. So we're going to have more on that. Make sure you follow it. And folks, the tributes keep pouring in for the Windsor Police Service dog, Walter. He died earlier this week in a routine training exercise. It went wrong. It was a freak accident. And he's died. The force is taking it pretty hard, especially his handler, Constable Brothers. I mean, these guys, folks, they work all day long on 10-hour shifts, and then the dog actually goes home to the police officers and hangs out, spends time with the family, becomes one of the family. So the force is taking it pretty hard, and keep those tributes pouring in, Police Dog Walter. A lot of chatter, folks, today on the web about a report going to City Council on Monday night. This is Doug Schmidt's story about City Council and $17 million in proposed upgrades for City Hall. And Union leader Gene Fox said it was, quote-unquote, disgusting to be talking about this sort of thing in the wake of the daycare closures. A lot of councillors have said the timing probably isn't right as well, for these renovations to City Hall. But speaking of City Hall and daycare, folks, you got to check out Mike Raston's cartoon today. It shows Postma and Mara and Jones sort of cowering under their desks. They, of course, declared conflicts and didn't vote in that daycare issue the other night. I tell you, Graston, he works magics most mornings, but he has been hitting some home runs lately on the daycare and Toyota stuff. I put together a gallery on the web. Make sure you check it out. Mike Raston, we're lucky to have him. And folks, a couple of quirky wire stories that we have posted to the web as well. The one, my personal favorite, this comes right out of South Africa. A drunk driver was nabbed at breakfast time, no less, with 5 times the legal blood alcohol limit. And get this, 49 kids crammed into a taxi cab meant for just 16 of them. So 5 times the legal limit, and then like 3 times the legal limit on how many people should be in the car. So check that out. It's short, but it's crazy stuff. Make sure you check that out. Also, a little good news on the home front. Check out Sharon Hill's story in today's paper about Amherstburg builder Drew Colson. He's up for a nominated National Building Award for a house he built for a couple in Oxley. Okay, no guests today, folks, but we're going to move on to sports. The Spitfires are back in action tonight after the All-Star game last night. The Western Conference got beat, but there was 5 Spits in that game, of course, right? We had Hall, Ellis, Henrique, Wellwood, and Fowler. They're back, and the boys are going to be taking on the Owen Sound Attack tonight at the WFCU Center. We're going to live blog it, of course, like we do every game, so make sure you come back and check that out. And just a little stat from the Sports Geeks there. Taylor Hall is taking a 12-game assist streak into this game, which is going to be the longest of the season. So let's see if he keeps that going. Check it out. And remember, folks, check back throughout the day for updates, for breaking news. We're going to have more on the situation in Leamington. Check that. Make sure you check back for that. That's it for the Net News. Online and on your porch, we're the Windsor Star.